But it would also, what I also asked for was...
What I was going to add to that was when this chap interfered and said, what you see, you made a point of doing that, was he turns to McEntee and says, now you're going to have them ready for us, aren't you? You know, see what that is, right? That's like a little, how could I best describe that? It's like he's trying to put an olive branch out. As in, putting an olive branch out for McEntee towards the public, or to the public. Do you get me? So he's turned to her and he's going, you are going to have them, because he asked you for them 2 weeks or 2 months ago, but you are going to have them ready for us the next time you meet, aren't you? No, they're bleeding not. They're going to think it's something else that they go off and divert with. Some other thing will come up and everyone will just forget about all this little interaction here happening. That's the way it goes. That's the way the cookie crumbles.
Month on month, because it's important to see if there's a trend. I mean, is the backlog getting bigger and bigger and bigger? Because that's what I hear at the forecourts, but it's just anecdotal unless the minister gives the figures. Only she and her department have the figures, but they're not giving them, which makes me a little bit suspicious.
So we'll note that as a request.
Minister, thank you very much for that. Minister, because up to now, the IPO and the iPad, I mean, they are doing reasonably well. I mean, they're struggling, but they're keeping pace with applications. It seems that it is the Department of Justice directly is not keeping pace with applications for permission to remain. And that, if I'm not mistaken, because we're not going to opt into the Returns Directive, will still be the case after this Migration Pact comes into being. We will still have to have our own returns procedure because we're not in Schengen, and there will be a permission to remain. So what's going to change?
As I had outlined in one of the earlier questions, while we can't opt into the return border procedure because we're not part of Schengen, the intention is that we would still apply the 12-week rule in terms of the returns procedure, but that would be for us to develop through legislation.
So applications that are now taking 2 to 3 years to process will be processed in 12 weeks. That's I find that difficult to accept. Minister, you said earlier that the new take-back mechanism would be better.
Mad. Right, well, the people that are in there are just completely compromised. It's the only thing I can think of why an Irish person would be so hell-bent on trying to destroy Ireland as we know her, while at the same time trying to sell it to the people of Ireland that this is the way forward for us, that this is what will help Ireland grow, when it's the complete and utter destruction of Ireland is what they want. In fact, the complete and utter destruction of the whole Western world. That's what they want. That's the ultimate goal with this. But sticking with Ireland, McEntee is obviously one of the top deceivers out there. McEntee, oh God, the whole bleeding lot of them. The whole lot of them. They're all compromised. Good chance they're all blackmailed with snuff videos. That's why they want. That's why they're willing to go along with it. Because money, I think when you earn a certain amount of money, money starts to lose its sort of, appeal when you've got that much of it. So then it's the next stage. What's the next stage after that? I'll come up with that. I'll leave it there.